All right, strap in, everybody. Today we are diving into a story that feels like it's straight out of a movie.
Oh, is this the one I think it is?
Yeah, it is. We're talking about a quiet town in South Carolina that is suddenly dealing with, uh, how do I even say this? 43 monkeys on the loose.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is a good one.
It is, it is. Our source material today is a global news article about this crazy incident.
Sounds like a wild one.
Okay, I'm ready. So imagine this. Okay, it's November 6th, 2024.
Okay.
In Beaufort County, South Carolina,
Hmm.
at this research facility called Alpha Genesis. 43 monkeys decide, you know what, we're out of here, and they make a run for it.
Wow. What kind of monkeys are we talking about?
Well, that's where it gets even more interesting. The article says they are rhesus macaques, and get this, they're all very young females, each weighing like 6 or 7 pounds. That's tiny.
That is small. Like barely bigger than a squirrel. I'm already picturing it. Okay, so rhesus macaques.
Right.
They're super common in research because they're genetically pretty similar to us humans. Really valuable for all sorts of studies.
Right, but in this case, Alpha Genesis is saying these monkeys are way too young to have been involved in any sort of testing yet. And they're saying, don't worry, no diseases or anything like that.
Okay, well, that's a relief at least.
Yeah, phew, right. But still, 43 monkeys running around. The article calls it a classic case of follow the leader. One made a break for it, and all the others just went with her.
Classic monkey behavior. Those follow the leader instincts are like hardwired in them. It's actually amazing how that works.
Yeah, it does make you think, how on earth do you contain animals that are so good at just, copying each other?
It's a good question. A real challenge for these research facilities, for sure.
Well, I bet the authorities are having a time trying to wrangle them up.
Oh, I bet.
The article says they're using food, traps, even thermal imaging to try and find these little escape artists. I can't even imagine what those police reports must look like.
Right. Suspects are small, furry, and excellent at hide and seek.
Exactly. And meanwhile, residents are being told to, lock their doors, close their windows, and whatever you do, don't try to, make friends with the monkeys.
Yeah, good advice. It's easy to forget that, cute as they are wild animals at the end of the day.
Definitely. And who knows what kind of trouble they could cause if they, decide to set up camp in the local ecosystem. Things could get out of balance quickly.
Absolutely. Rhesus macaques are pretty resourceful, so they might do just fine out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want them disrupting the natural order of things.
I love this quote from the Yemisi town administrator. He said, it's really like follow the leader. You see one go and the others go. It was a group of 50 and 7 stayed behind and 43 bolted out the door. Maybe those 7 were just tired or didn't feel like an adventure that day.
Maybe they knew the snacks were better back at the facility.
That's what I'm thinking. But seriously, what do you think is going through their minds? Freedom at last? Or are they just totally freaked out by being in a whole new environment?
Who knows? But if I had to guess, knowing what we know about rhesus macaques, they're probably sticking close together, using their social bonds to figure things out. They're smart monkeys and adaptable. They'll probably be just fine. For a little while at least, but who knows?
I'm curious, though. Alpha Genesis, 2 escapes in 8 years. What is going on over there? Didn't they learn their lesson the first time?
Yeah, it does make you wonder about their security measures, huh? Apparently this time it might have been a new employee who accidentally left a door open. A simple mistake. But with these clever monkeys, that's all it takes.
It's like they say, monkey see, monkey do, right? Except in this case, it's monkey see, open door, monkey make a run for it.
Precisely. But honestly, I can't blame the monkeys. If I saw an open door to freedom, I might be tempted to.
Fair enough. So what's next? Do they just hope these monkeys wander back on their own?
The CEO of Alpha Genesis actually said he's hoping they'll just, decide to come back. Maybe they'll miss their cozy enclosures and regular meals. Who knows?
This whole thing is just wild. A real monkey drama unfolding in real time.
It really is. I'm hooked. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too. But I'm going to save the rest of my thoughts for our next deep dive, where we'll really get into the nitty-gritty of this whole situation.
Sounds good. I'm ready when you are. It really is like something you'd see in a movie, These monkeys are like mini celebrities now. Everyone's wondering if they're going to, pull off a real-life Planet of the Apes situation.
Right. Part of me is totally rooting for them to just outsmart everybody and, create their own little monkey kingdom in the woods. But then I have to remind myself, this isn't a Disney movie, right? These are real animals with, real challenges out there.
Exactly. Rhesus macaques, they're adaptable, sure. But surviving in a totally new environment, it's not easy. finding food they're not used to, predators they've never seen before.
Yeah. It makes you wonder what the other animals in the area are making of all this. Like the squirrels and the birds and stuff, they're probably looking around like, wait, since when do we have monkeys in the neighborhood?
I'm sure there's some, you know, ecological side-eye going on right now.
Yeah.
Competition for resources could become a problem, maybe even disease transmission.
Yeah.
There are a lot of factors at play. Ecologists are going to be watching this very closely.
It's a reminder that even something that seems small, like a few dozen monkeys escaping, can have a big ripple effect on, you know, the whole ecosystem. It's all connected. Like, we think of these research facilities as being these controlled environments, but then something like this happens and you realize nature always finds a way.
It does. And it reminds us that these animals, they have their own intelligence, their own ways of doing things.
Speaking of intelligence, I'm actually curious, how smart are rhesus macaques, really? I mean, we know they can copy behavior, but can they, like, actually problem solve?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, way more than just mimicking. Studies have shown they can solve some pretty complex puzzles, even use tools. There's even evidence that they have like a basic understanding of fairness and justice. Like they've been observed sharing food with monkeys who've helped them before, and even refusing to participate in experiments if they think they're unfair.
Wow, really? That's kind of blowing my mind. So it's not just instinct. They're actually thinking things through, making decisions. Huh. It really makes you think about how we view animals, especially, animals used in research.
It does. This whole escape, it's raising some big ethical questions. Like, even though research with rhesus macaques has led to some amazing medical discoveries, we have to make sure their well-being is a priority. And, always look for alternative research methods when we can.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people hearing about this escape are thinking about those same questions. It's hard not to feel for these monkeys, wondering what their future holds.
And that empathy is important. Recognizing that other species have feelings, intelligence, it can lead to better choices, whether it's in research or, just our everyday interactions with animals.
Okay, so we've talked about the monkeys, the ethics, all that, but I'm curious about Alphagenesis itself. Like, what kind of facility is this? They breed monkeys specifically for research, right? That seems, I don't know, kind of intense.
Yeah, Alphagenesis is actually one of the biggest breeders of what they call non-human primates in the U.S. They supply animals for all sorts of research, blood samples, tissues, all that. It's a big business for sure. Gives you a sense of the scale of the whole biomedical research industry.
And it makes me wonder, what happens to those monkeys after they've been used in a study?
That's a tough one. I mean, it really depends. The research itself, the facility's policies, ethical guidelines, all of that. Some monkeys might be euthanized if the study requires it, or if they're, not doing well health-wise. Others might go to sanctuaries, but those are often limited in space.
I really hope that if these escaped monkeys do get caught, that they're treated well, Given everything they've been through, it's not their fault they got caught up in this whole mess.
Their well-being should definitely be top priority, I agree. And, this incident, it's shining a light on the whole issue of animal research. Hopefully it'll remind everyone involved that they have a responsibility to treat these creatures with respect. And, for us, the public, it's a reminder to stay informed about these issues, to be part of the conversation.
I bet this is all over social media right now. People love a good animal adventure story, and this one has a bit of mischief to it. I can already picture the memes.
Oh, absolutely. It's the kind of story that really captures people's imaginations, and it sparks conversations that go beyond just, the immediate situation.
I bet there are people right now, like, glued to their phones, refreshing Twitter, just waiting for any update about these runaway monkeys. It's like a real-life thriller, right?
Totally. People love these kinds of stories. Animals doing unexpected things makes you realize the world is not so predictable after all.
And it's definitely got people talking. Not just about, oh, cute monkeys on the loose, but like bigger stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The security at research facilities, the whole ethics of using animals in research. The story's kind of bringing all that to the surface.
Like, on the one hand, you have folks who are just worried about the monkeys, right? Hoping you're okay, finding enough to eat, not getting hurt out there.
Of course, yeah. It's natural to worry about their well-being. They're out of their element. But on the other hand, you have to remember, they are wild animals. They've got instincts we probably don't even fully understand. They could surprise us.
Then there are the people saying, hold on, how could this happen twice at the same facility? Is Alphagenesis doing enough to keep these animals contained?
Yeah, that's a totally valid point. 2 escapes in 8 years, that's not a great look. They definitely need to take a hard look at their procedures, maybe even their enclosures.
And then, of course, there's the big one, the whole debate about using animals in research in the first place.
Right. Always a hot topic. Some people say it's absolutely essential for scientific advancement, that it ultimately benefits humans and animals. Others believe there are always alternatives, that we should never use animals if we don't have to.
It's a tough one. Not a simple yes or no answer.
Definitely not. Lots of nuances to consider, but it's good that people are talking about it, thinking critically about the issues.
It's kind of amazing how these 43 little monkeys have sparked such a huge conversation. Who knew?
That's the thing about these unexpected events. They shake things up, make us look at the world a little differently.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. From escaped monkeys to animal intelligence, ecological impacts, the ethics of research, even the role of social media.
It's all connected, in a way. Shows you how even a seemingly simple story can have all these layers.
So, what's next for these little guys? Will they be captured? Will they figure out how to survive on their own? Will they change the way we think about animal research? Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is a story we'll forget anytime soon. Those macaques have definitely left their mark.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. It's been a wild one. See you next time.